Okay then, time for us to talk about Nightmare Mode. Could have done this earlier on in the Beginner's Guide series, but decided to wait until we had a better selection of Warframes, weapons and planets, so it'd be a little bit more obvious when we look at this. As you'll be able to see on screen, these are missions that have like a disadvantage or handicap for the player, but will give us a unique mod or exclusive mods to the Nightmare Mode missions. Now these are divided into 3 rotations or like difficulties where you'll get different sets of mods. So basically rotation A is between, let's go with Earth and Mars. Let's bring up the main segment here. So between Earth and Mars, when I say this, that means that Venus and Mercury are included in terms of progression. And then it's basically everything between Phobos and Saturn, including the ancillary stuff such as the Void, Deimos, and the Lua that we don't have yet, and the Kufa Fortress, which we also don't have up yet. And then basically from there, it's Uranus and after counts as rotation C. There is an exception to this. The rescue missions have like their own separate challenges, which can change pool from which you can pull the Nightmare mods from. There are a lot of these Nightmare mods, so I can't really display them on screen. There's about 18 of them. But they are all good. I'll leave a link in the description in case you guys want to check them all out. They're all good, they're all useful, and so you are going to want to get them eventually. These are a once a day thing, so once I do, let's say, this sabotage here, or maybe this rescue. I don't like doing rescues because people get mardy over them, because this is obviously a way to get rotation C, even though you're in rotation A, and I just can't do it with the stress. I like to just go through and do it nicely. So I'll probably just do this sabotage one, get myself a rotation A mod, be happy with that. So you just kind of complete them. I'm going to go ahead and complete this one here so you guys can see what kind of reward we get. Okay, so here's an example of one of our Nightmare mods, and as you can see, they often have like 2 stats on them. This one's giving us additional cold damage for reload speed, so really not too bad. As I say, there are tons of these. They all have kind of like similar things. Some of my favorites, for example, is like armored agility, which is like extra armor and run speed, which is fantastic on Rhino. So yeah, just keep on running those. Make sure you do them daily, and just so that you guys can see, now when I come on my list here, this one is done, so I can't go back in for it. If you want to go in and do rescue missions, you obviously can do. But just kind of read this off of the wiki here. When you are doing rescue missions, if you can do it by just rescuing the hostage, you'll get a rotation A. It's stealth rescue, which is basically without raising any alarms, will give you a rotation B. And if you can do killing all wardens and not raising any of the alarms, you'll get rotation C. So you can obviously get one of the later game ones by being really careful on the rescue ones, but I would just advise doing that alone, because otherwise you can get somebody that either messes it up or you're going to upset someone else when you want to rush through it. So up to you guys if you want to take on the rescue ones. But other than that, keep on doing them, keep on getting those extra good mods in, because it is going to be majorly helpful as we continue progressing our way around the system.